All right, let's dive deep into this important topic together. Now, I want you to imagine for a moment that you're standing in front of a glass of milk, a common drink that many people reach for daily, convinced of its benefits. After all, we've been told since childhood that milk is an essential part of a healthy diet. It's supposed to help us grow strong bones, provide us with calcium, and even boost our overall health. But what if I told you that everything you've been led to believe about milk could be far from the truth? In fact, what if I told you that this seemingly innocent glass of milk could be causing significant harm to your body in ways you never imagined? It may sound shocking, but the truth is cow's milk, which many of us have been conditioned to consume, may actually be one of the biggest inflammatory agents in the human body. Yes, milk, the very drink we've been told is so good for us. So, how could something like milk, which is so deeply ingrained in our daily routines, be harmful? The answer lies in the complex chemical and biological makeup of cow's milk, which is not just what it seems on the surface. The truth is, cow's milk isn't the friendly, health-boosting drink it's made out to be. There are countless studies showing that milk consumption can trigger a cascade of harmful effects on your body. These aren't just minor side effects, either. We're talking about chronic diseases, digestive issues, hormonal imbalances, skin problems, and even cancer. And let's be clear here, these effects aren't isolated to people with allergies or intolerances. They can affect virtually anyone who consumes it regularly, often without them even realizing it. In fact, cow's milk is one of the most inflammatory foods we can put into our bodies, and that inflammation can take a serious toll on our health. It can lead to problems in your joints, your skin, your heart, and even your mental clarity. But that's not all. The worst part? The long-term effects of drinking milk aren't immediately visible. They accumulate over years of consumption, gradually weakening your body and contributing to serious health conditions down the road. Let me ask you this. Have you ever heard someone complain about feeling bloated or gassy after drinking milk? Or maybe you've noticed acne breakouts after having a glass or bowl of milk with your cereal. What about constant sinus problems, asthma flare-ups, or a general sense of discomfort in your gut? These aren't just random occurrences. They could very well be the result of the milk you've been drinking. And if you've ever noticed a spike in blood sugar or feel sluggish after consuming dairy, your body may be sending you signals that it's not as healthy as it seems. It doesn't stop there. Beyond the digestive problems, the hormonal disruptions caused by the hormones naturally present in milk can have far-reaching consequences on your body. The growth hormones and estrogen-like compounds found in cow's milk are potent enough to disrupt your body's delicate balance and even influence your risk of developing conditions like breast and prostate cancer. There are even studies linking milk consumption to increased rates of early puberty in children, which is becoming an alarming trend. Now you may be thinking, but what about the calcium? Isn't that the reason we drink milk in the first place? Here's the truth. While calcium is important for bone health, consuming cow's milk may not be the best way to get it. In fact, milk could actually be doing more harm than good when it comes to bone health. Studies have shown that countries with the highest milk consumption have some of the highest rates of bone fractures and osteoporosis. How can that be? It turns out that the proteins in milk may actually lead to calcium being leached from your bones, weakening them over time. But there's more. The impact of milk on your body isn't just limited to digestion, hormones, and bones. When you look deeper, you'll discover the presence of heavy metals like lead and cadmium, which can accumulate in your body over time, leading to toxicity. These metals are often found in conventional milk due to contamination in the dairy farming process. So while you're drinking milk, thinking you're nourishing your body, you could also be unknowingly exposing yourself to harmful toxins. The most troubling part? Most people don't even realize how much damage milk is doing to their bodies. It's a hidden issue, one that slowly develops over years of consuming something that's considered a staple of our diet. Many people experience symptoms, but don't connect the dots between their diet and the health problems they're facing. And because milk is marketed as a healthy, wholesome food, it's difficult to question its place in our lives. In the next part of this conversation, I'm going to take you through harmful effects that cow's milk can have on your body, backed by scientific evidence. We'll dive deep into the toxins, inflammatory agents, and hormone disruptors present in milk. You'll also learn about the potential risks of heavy metal contamination and how milk could be making you sick in ways you didn't even realize. But beyond just focusing on the harm, we'll also explore alternatives to cow's milk that might be better for your health. These alternatives not only avoid the harmful effects of milk, but can also provide you with the nutrition you need, without all the side effects. You'll also learn how to protect your body in other ways, like how to maintain adequate vitamin D levels without relying on milk. This will be your chance to reimagine the way you view milk in your diet and take charge of your health in ways you've never considered before. So, I invite you to stay with me throughout this journey, because this is not just about debunking a myth. It's about empowering yourself to make informed, conscious choices for your health and well-being. Trust me, after learning about the science behind the harms of cow's milk, you'll want to rethink that next glass you pour. And as we dive deeper into this subject, I promise you'll walk away with a new perspective, one that might just change your life. Ready to take control of your health? Let's keep going. Harmful effects of cow's milk on the human body. Cow's milk is often touted as a source of calcium, but studies show it may increase the risk of fractures and osteoporosis. The calcium in milk can interfere with bone metabolism, leading to weakened bones over time. Many people are lactose intolerant, making milk difficult to digest and causing symptoms like gas, bloating, and diarrhea. Milk consumption can exacerbate digestive issues in people with sensitive stomachs or gastrointestinal conditions. Cow's milk contains saturated fats that can contribute to high cholesterol levels, increasing the risk of heart disease. The proteins in cow's milk, particularly casein, can provoke inflammatory responses in the body, leading to chronic inflammation. Regular milk consumption is linked to an increased risk of developing acne, especially in teenagers and young adults. Milk can lead to increased mucus production, aggravating respiratory issues like asthma and sinus congestion. Cow's milk has been linked to a higher risk of certain cancers, such as prostate and ovarian cancer, due to its hormone content. Hormones found in cow's milk, including estrogen and growth hormones, can disrupt the body's natural hormonal balance. Excessive milk consumption may interfere with the body's ability to absorb important minerals like magnesium and zinc. Dairy consumption can trigger allergic reactions in some individuals, causing skin rashes, hives, and even anaphylaxis in severe cases. The casein protein in milk can cause autoimmune reactions in some people, leading to conditions like rheumatoid arthritis. Cow's milk is associated with the development of type 1 diabetes in some genetically predisposed individuals. Some studies suggest that milk may contribute to the development of eczema in children, especially when introduced too early in life. Drinking milk can aggravate lactose intolerance symptoms, causing significant discomfort and bloating. The fat content in whole milk can contribute to weight gain and obesity, particularly when consumed in large quantities. Milk can disrupt the gut microbiota, negatively affecting the balance of beneficial bacteria in the digestive system. Consuming milk can increase the body's levels of insulin-like growth factor, IGF-1, a hormone linked to cancer growth. Drinking milk regularly may contribute to insulin resistance, increasing the risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Milk may worsen symptoms of irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, due to its fat content and lactose sugar. Cow's milk can contribute to the formation of kidney stones in some individuals, especially those with a predisposition to calcium oxalate stones. The high sodium content in milk can raise blood pressure, contributing to hypertension. The presence of antibiotics and pesticides in conventional milk can have harmful long-term effects on human health. Milk is a common allergen for children, with symptoms including hives, digestive issues, and even anaphylaxis. A higher intake of dairy products is linked to an increased risk of developing inflammatory bowel disease (IBD). Some research suggests that milk may contribute to the development of autoimmune diseases, including multiple sclerosis. The fat in milk, particularly in full-fat dairy, can increase the risk of cardiovascular disease and stroke. Cow's milk is a source of saturated fat, which is a key contributor to the buildup of plaque in arteries. Milk consumption is associated with an increased risk of early puberty in children due to hormone-like substances in milk. Heavy metals in cow's milk. When we think of milk, we often envision it as a wholesome and nutritious drink packed with essential nutrients like calcium, protein, and vitamins. However, what many people don't realize is that cow's milk can also be contaminated with heavy metals. These substances, which are toxic even in small quantities, can have severe long-term effects on health, particularly when consumed regularly. Heavy metals like lead, cadmium, mercury, and arsenic are known to accumulate in the body and can lead to chronic health problems. The source of these metals in cow's milk can vary, but typically they come from environmental pollution, contaminated feed, and the farming practices involved in dairy production. Sources of heavy metals in cow's milk. The primary sources of heavy metals in cow's milk include the soil, water, and the feed given to cows. Dairy cows consume a diet made up of grass, grains, and other animal feed, all of which may be contaminated with heavy metals. The soil and water used for growing feed crops can contain pollutants like heavy metals, which then accumulate in the plants that cows eat. In many industrial farming operations, the use of fertilizers and pesticides can introduce harmful metals into the environment, which eventually make their way into the animals' systems and then into their milk. Furthermore, factory farms that are located near industrial zones or areas with high levels of pollution may have cows exposed to greater levels of these toxic metals. 3. Lead contamination in cow's milk. One of the most concerning heavy metals found in cow's milk is lead. Lead is a toxic metal that can cause significant health problems, particularly in children, where even small amounts can lead to developmental delays, reduced IQ, and behavioral problems. Lead can also have long-term effects on the nervous system and can cause kidney damage, anemia, and hypertension in adults. Lead can enter cow's milk from contaminated water, soil, and feed. Industrial emissions, old pipes, and lead-based paints also contribute to lead contamination in the environment. Studies have shown that lead can be found in dairy products, including milk, even in areas where the environmental pollution is less obvious. Cadmium, a persistent toxin. Cadmium is another heavy metal that can be found in cow's milk. It is a highly toxic metal that is often associated with industrial pollution, particularly in areas where mining or manufacturing occurs. Cadmium is known to accumulate in the kidneys and liver, causing organ damage over time. For cows, the primary source of cadmium contamination is through their feed. Plants that grow in cadmium-rich soil, including certain grains and vegetables, can absorb cadmium, which is then ingested by cows. The metal then accumulates in the milk. The problem is that cadmium can remain in the body for years, with very slow excretion rates. This means that even if contamination is not obvious, long-term consumption of milk containing cadmium can result in chronic poisoning. Mercury and its impact. Mercury is another heavy metal that can be found in cow's milk. Mercury contamination is primarily linked to industrial pollution, particularly in areas where there are factories, coal-burning plants, or other sources of mercury emissions. Mercury can enter the food chain through contaminated water, where it is absorbed by aquatic organisms and eventually finds its way into the diets of animals like cows. When cows ingest mercury, it accumulates in their tissues, and this metal can also appear in milk. Mercury exposure has been linked to a range of health issues, including neurological problems, cardiovascular disease, and kidney damage. Children and pregnant women are particularly vulnerable to mercury's harmful effects, as it can impair brain development in infants and cause developmental delays. Arsenic in cow's milk. Arsenic, a well-known carcinogen, is another heavy metal that may be present in cow's milk. While arsenic contamination is more commonly associated with contaminated water sources, it can also find its way into the food chain through contaminated soil and feed. Rice is particularly vulnerable to arsenic contamination, and when cows are fed rice byproducts or forage grown in contaminated soil, the arsenic accumulates in their systems and in their milk. Long-term exposure to arsenic has been linked to a variety of health problems, including skin lesions, lung cancer, bladder cancer, and other cancers. Arsenic can also affect the cardiovascular system, damage the liver, and impair the function of the immune system. The cumulative effects of heavy metals. One of the most concerning aspects of consuming heavy metals in cow's milk is the cumulative effect. These metals don't leave the body easily. Once they enter your system, they tend to accumulate in organs like the liver, kidneys, and brain. Over time, this buildup can cause serious health issues, particularly with chronic exposure. The body has a difficult time eliminating heavy metals, especially when the exposure is prolonged. For example, the half-life of cadmium in the human body is years, meaning that the metal accumulates over time, leading to organ toxicity and long-term damage. When it comes to heavy metal exposure, it's not just the acute effects that matter, but the gradual, insidious damage that can occur as the metals accumulate in the body. Heavy metals in cow's milk can pose a significant risk to human health, accumulating in the body over time and leading to a range of serious health problems. The main heavy metals of concern are lead, cadmium, mercury, and arsenic, which can enter cow's milk through contaminated feed, water, or environmental pollution. These toxic metals can compromise various organs and systems in the body, causing long-term damage. Let's take a closer look at how these heavy metals affect different organs and why these impacts occur. Nervous system. Heavy metals, like lead and mercury, are particularly harmful to the nervous system. Lead is known to disrupt the development of the brain, especially in children. It can interfere with the formation of synapses and hinder neurotransmitter function, impairing cognitive functions like memory, attention, and learning. Chronic exposure to lead in milk can result in developmental delays, lower IQ, and behavioral issues in children. In adults, lead toxicity can lead to mood disorders, confusion, and in severe cases, encephalopathy, brain dysfunction. Mercury is another heavy metal that targets the nervous system. It can accumulate in brain tissue and cause neurodegenerative diseases such as Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease. Mercury disrupts the function of neurons, leading to tremors, memory loss, and emotional instability. The nervous system is highly sensitive to mercury, and even low levels of exposure can have harmful effects over time. Kidneys. The kidneys are particularly vulnerable to the toxic effects of cadmium and lead. Cadmium is known to accumulate in kidney tissue, where it can cause renal, kidney damage. Over time, cadmium buildup can impair kidney function, leading to kidney failure. One of the most dangerous aspects of cadmium exposure is that it accumulates in the body slowly, so the damage may not be apparent until significant harm is done. Lead, too, has nephrotoxic effects, meaning it can damage the kidneys. Chronic lead exposure can cause renal dysfunction, leading to conditions like high blood pressure, reduced kidney function, and kidney failure. The kidneys struggle to filter out these heavy metals from the bloodstream, resulting in the metals accumulating in the organ and causing long-term harm. Liver. The liver is responsible for detoxifying harmful substances from the body. However, when heavy metals like cadmium, mercury, and arsenic are introduced, the liver's ability to detoxify becomes compromised. Cadmium, in particular, is known to accumulate in the liver, where it can interfere with the organ's metabolic processes. Over time, this can lead to liver inflammation, fibrosis, scarring of the liver tissue, and cirrhosis, a condition that can ultimately lead to liver failure. Arsenic also poses a threat to the liver. It can interfere with enzymes involved in liver detoxification, leading to oxidative stress and inflammation. Long-term exposure to arsenic can cause chronic liver disease, liver cancer, and fibrosis. Heart and blood vessels. Heavy metals, like lead, cadmium, and mercury can have detrimental effects on the cardiovascular system. Lead exposure is known to cause high blood pressure, which is a significant risk factor for heart disease and stroke. It can also damage blood vessels, increasing the risk of atherosclerosis, narrowing of the arteries, which can eventually lead to heart attack or stroke. Mercury has been linked to increased blood pressure and irregular heart rhythms, arrhythmias, and chronic exposure can contribute to the development of cardiovascular diseases. Additionally, mercury can cause the blood vessels to stiffen, impairing circulation and increasing the strain on the heart. Cadmium, similarly, is associated with elevated blood pressure and an increased risk of heart disease. It damages the endothelium, the thin layer of cells lining the blood vessels, contributing to the development of atherosclerosis and increasing the risk of heart failure. Immune system. The immune system is designed to protect the body from harmful invaders like bacteria and viruses. However, exposure to heavy metals can impair immune function. Lead has been shown to suppress the immune system by affecting the function of immune cells like T cells and macrophages. This makes the body more susceptible to infections, autoimmune disorders, and inflammatory diseases. Mercury also weakens the immune system. It can alter the function of immune cells, causing a reduction in the body's ability to respond to infections and inflammation. This weakened immune response can lead to chronic illnesses and a higher risk of infections. Arsenic's toxic effects on the immune system are well documented. Long-term exposure can lead to immunosuppression, making the body more vulnerable to cancer and autoimmune diseases. Arsenic disrupts the signaling pathways involved in immune cell activation and proliferation, impairing the body's ability to fight off infections. Reproductive system. Heavy metals can have a devastating impact on the reproductive system, especially when exposure occurs during critical stages of development. Lead and cadmium are both known to disrupt hormonal balance, which can lead to infertility, miscarriage, and complications during pregnancy. In women, lead exposure can interfere with the menstrual cycle, reduce fertility, and increase the risk of preterm birth. For men, lead and cadmium can reduce sperm count and motility, affecting fertility. Additionally, mercury has been linked to birth defects and developmental issues in children when the mother is exposed during pregnancy. Bones. Heavy metals can also affect bone health. Lead, for example, can accumulate in the bones, where it may interfere with the body's ability to absorb calcium. Calcium is vital for maintaining strong bones, so when lead displaces calcium, it can weaken the bones, leading to conditions like osteoporosis and an increased risk of fractures. Cadmium, too, has a detrimental effect on bone health. Chronic exposure to cadmium can lead to bone demineralization and an increased risk of fractures. This is because cadmium interferes with the metabolism of calcium and vitamin D, both of which are essential for bone health. Endocrine system. The endocrine system is responsible for producing and regulating hormones that control various bodily functions, including metabolism, growth, and mood. Heavy metals like lead, mercury, and cadmium can disrupt the normal functioning of the endocrine system by interfering with hormone production and signaling. Lead exposure has been shown to disrupt thyroid function, which can lead to metabolic disorders and thyroid diseases. Mercury affects the pituitary gland, which is responsible for regulating hormone production, and this can lead to hormonal imbalances. Cadmium can interfere with the production of estrogen and testosterone, leading to reproductive issues and altered sexual development. Gastrointestinal system. The gastrointestinal system is affected by heavy metals in multiple ways. Lead exposure can cause abdominal pain, constipation, and nausea. It also impairs the absorption of nutrients from the digestive tract, leading to malnutrition and further weakening of the body. Mercury can disrupt the balance of gut bacteria, leading to digestive issues, including bloating, diarrhea, and irritable bowel syndrome (IBS). It can also affect the liver and gallbladder, impairing the digestion of fats. Arsenic exposure has been linked to gastrointestinal cancers, particularly stomach cancer. It can also disrupt the function of the gut lining, making the digestive system more susceptible to infections and inflammation. Skin. Skin is often the first organ to show signs of heavy metal toxicity. Lead, for example, can cause a condition known as lead line, which is a dark blue line that appears along the gums and nails. Cadmium exposure can cause skin rashes, irritation, and dermatitis. Mercury can also cause skin issues, including discoloration, itching, and a condition known as mercurial erythema, which causes redness and irritation on the skin. Long-term mercury exposure can also contribute to premature aging and the development of skin cancer. When discussing milk alternatives to cow's milk, there are several plant-based options that can provide nutritional benefits and may be more suitable for individuals seeking to avoid the potential harmful effects associated with cow's milk, such as inflammation, lactose intolerance, or exposure to heavy metals. These alternatives are not only nutritious, but can offer diverse flavors, textures, and benefits tailored to different dietary needs. Here, we explore 5 prominent milk alternatives that are often considered healthier or more sustainable than cow's milk. Almond milk is one of the most popular milk alternatives due to its light flavor and smooth texture. It is made by blending ground almonds with water and then straining out the solid particles. Almond milk is low in calories, making it an excellent choice for those who are looking to manage their weight. It is naturally lactose-free and dairy-free, which makes it suitable for people with lactose intolerance or dairy allergies. Almond milk is also rich in healthy fats, particularly monounsaturated fats, which can support heart health. Additionally, it contains important nutrients such as vitamin E, magnesium, and calcium when fortified. Vitamin E is a powerful antioxidant that helps protect cells from oxidative stress, and magnesium is essential for muscle function, bone health, and energy production. When fortified with calcium and vitamin D, almond milk can be a good source of these nutrients, particularly for those who avoid dairy products. Oat milk has gained significant popularity in recent years due to its creamy texture and mild, slightly sweet taste. Made from oats and water, oat milk has a naturally high fiber content, which can promote digestive health and help regulate blood sugar levels. Oats are also a good source of beta-glucan, a type of soluble fiber known for its ability to lower cholesterol levels and improve heart health. Oat milk is an excellent option for individuals who are looking for a dairy-free alternative with a thick, satisfying consistency. It is often fortified with vitamins and minerals such as calcium, vitamin D, and vitamin B12, which are important for bone health, immune function, and energy metabolism. Additionally, oat milk tends to have a more sustainable environmental footprint than cow's milk, requiring fewer resources like water and land to produce. Coconut milk is derived from the flesh of mature coconuts and is known for its rich, tropical flavor and creamy texture. It is especially popular in Asian and Caribbean cuisines, but is now widely used as a dairy-free milk alternative. Coconut milk contains medium-chain triglycerides (MCTs), a type of saturated fat that has been shown to support energy levels and brain health. MCTs are rapidly absorbed by the body and converted into energy, making coconut milk an excellent option for athletes or individuals looking for a quick source of fuel. In addition to its healthy fats, coconut milk contains iron, magnesium, and potassium, which support overall health, including muscle function and electrolyte balance. It is also a good source of lauric acid, which has antimicrobial properties and can help boost the immune system. Coconut milk, when fortified, can provide calcium and vitamin D, which are vital for maintaining strong bones and preventing deficiencies. Soy milk is one of the most well-known and widely available plant-based milk alternatives. It is made by soaking and blending soybeans with water, resulting in a nutrient-dense beverage that is rich in protein, healthy fats, and fiber. Soy milk is often compared to cow's milk in terms of its nutritional content because it is an excellent source of protein. A cup of unsweetened soy milk can provide about 7 to 8 grams of protein, making it a great option for individuals looking to increase their protein intake, particularly in plant-based diets. In addition to protein, soy milk contains essential vitamins and minerals such as calcium, vitamin D, vitamin B12, and potassium. These nutrients are important for bone health, immune function, and cardiovascular health. Soy milk is also a good source of isoflavones, plant compounds that have been shown to have potential health benefits, including supporting hormonal balance and reducing the risk of heart disease. However, some individuals may have soy allergies, so it is important to consider this when choosing soy milk as an alternative. Rice milk is made by blending cooked rice with water and then straining it to remove the solids. It is naturally sweet and has a thin, watery texture compared to some other plant-based milks. Rice milk is often recommended for individuals who have allergies to nuts, soy, or gluten, as it is hypoallergenic. It is also a good option for people with lactose intolerance, as it contains no dairy. While rice milk is low in fat and calories, it is important to note that it is also low in protein compared to other milk alternatives. However, rice milk is often fortified with vitamins and minerals such as calcium, vitamin D, and vitamin A, making it a good option for individuals who need to ensure they are meeting their nutrient needs, particularly for bone health. Because rice milk has a mild, sweet flavor, it is an excellent choice for use in smoothies, baked goods, or as a cereal topping. As we come to the end of our discussion, it's essential that we take a step back and really consider what we've talked about today. The significant health implications of consuming cow's milk, the harmful effects of heavy metals, and the overwhelming scientific evidence that points to the fact that cow's milk might not be as innocent or harmless as we've been led to believe. I want to speak directly to you, the viewer, because this is a critical moment to challenge the status quo of what we put in our bodies. The decision to make the shift from cow's milk to plant-based alternatives is not just a matter of taste or preference. It's about making a conscious, informed choice for the future of your health. For years, we've been taught to associate milk with strong bones, better health, and overall nutrition. But when you really look at the facts, it's clear that we've been misled. The truth is, cow's milk can be incredibly harmful to the human body. From contributing to chronic inflammation, raising the risk of various diseases, to increasing your exposure to harmful chemicals like pesticides, growth hormones, and yes, heavy metals, cow's milk is not the health food we were promised. You've heard me talk about the heavy metals in cow's milk, the lead, mercury, cadmium, and arsenic, which have been linked to a wide range of health issues. These toxic substances can accumulate in your body over time, leading to serious long-term consequences, including neurological damage, organ failure, and even cancer. We simply cannot ignore the mounting scientific evidence that these metals in milk are real, and their presence in cow's milk should raise serious red flags for anyone who cares about their health. But what does this mean for you? What does this mean for the choices you make every day when you go to the store and pick up a carton of milk for your family? Or perhaps you're adding it to your coffee, pouring it over your cereal, or using it in your cooking. It's time to stop normalizing this toxic substance in our diets and start exploring better, healthier alternatives that are not only safe, but also packed with nutrients that are far better for your body and your long-term health. The alternatives I've introduced to you today, almond milk, oat milk, coconut milk, soy milk, rice milk, and hemp milk, are more than just trendy replacements. They are genuinely healthier options that are rich in vitamins, minerals, and healthy fats without the negative side effects of cow's milk. Each of these alternatives offers something unique. Whether it's the protein-packed soy milk, the fiber-rich oat milk, the heart-healthy coconut milk, or the sustainable hemp milk, you have an array of choices that can enhance your diet and nourish your body without the dangers that come with cow's milk. Switching to these alternatives is not just about avoiding the harmful elements in cow's milk. It's about adopting a mindset that prioritizes your well-being and your future. We have the power to make changes that will benefit not only our own health, but the environment as well. When you choose plant-based milk, you are reducing your carbon footprint, conserving water, and promoting sustainability, all critical factors that impact the planet. Cow's milk production requires a significant amount of water, land, and energy, and it contributes to pollution, greenhouse gases, and deforestation. By choosing plant-based alternatives, you're making a positive impact on the world around you. Let's face it, cow's milk is deeply embedded in our culture, and it's hard to break away from a product that we've been told is essential for our health from a young age. But the reality is that continuing to consume cow's milk is no longer a choice that serves us well. As we become more educated about the health risks and environmental impact of dairy farming, we owe it to ourselves and future generations to make healthier, more sustainable choices. The good news is that you don't have to sacrifice taste or nutrition to make this shift. There are countless delicious plant-based milk options available today, and with a little exploration, you will find the one that fits your taste and lifestyle best. I want to encourage you, right now, to take the first step toward a healthier lifestyle by swapping out cow's milk for one of these alternatives. You don't need to make drastic changes overnight, but slowly incorporating plant-based milks into your diet will help you notice positive changes in how you feel. You'll likely experience reduced bloating, less inflammation, and better overall digestion. Your body will thank you for making this switch. In fact, you may notice that your energy levels increase, your skin clears up, and your overall health improves. These small changes can make a big difference over time. Now, I know that change can be difficult, especially when it comes to something as ingrained in our daily lives as milk. But remember, this is not just about removing something harmful from your diet, it's about adding something better. There's a whole world of plant-based milks out there waiting to nourish your body in ways that cow's milk never could. And if you think that making this change is difficult, I want to remind you that many people have already taken the plunge and are reaping the rewards. It's a journey toward better health, and you don't have to do it alone. I want you to take a moment to reflect on what you've learned today. Consider the evidence, the health risks associated with cow's milk, and the incredible benefits that come with switching to alternatives. I know that the idea of making a change can seem overwhelming, but I promise you that once you start exploring these options, it will feel natural, and your body will thank you. This is an investment in your health, your well-being, and the future of our planet. It's time to make a change, and that change starts with you. You don't have to wait for the world to change for you. You have the power to take control of your health and make choices that reflect the future you want for yourself and your loved ones. So, I challenge you to make that first step today. Swap out that cow's milk and try one of the amazing plant-based options I've shared with you. Your body, mind, and the planet will thank you for it. Thank you for taking the time to listen, to learn, and to reflect on this crucial information. I hope that you'll continue to explore the benefits of plant-based milks and share this knowledge with others. Let's make informed choices for ourselves, for the environment, and for a healthier future.